Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Emily Freybler. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look right here. It is a very natural, kind of everyday look for the summertime. It is so skin-like. I hardly use any powders. All I do is set my under eyes and my eyelid, and it just looks dewy and fresh and natural, and no one's gonna really know you're wearing makeup. I mean, they'll know a little bit because it still looks like makeup, but it's very natural. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel. I upload new videos every single week on beauty and fashion, so I hope you'll consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber and you want to get notifications every single time I upload, then make sure to hit the bell notification button. It'll just give you a post notification every single time I upload a video. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and let's get started with the tutorial. Alright, first things first, I'm sorry about my voice. I'm getting over a cold and it's just lingering around a little bit, and my nails are not done. So, sorry about that, but what can you do? So first things first, we're going to use the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. This is my favorite primer right now because it really does help your makeup last a long time, and it helps control my oils in my T-zone. I do have combination skin, so the center of my face is oily. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Clean Matte BB Cream from Covergirl. I have the shades light medium and medium. I'm somewhere in between them right now. Okay, so then all I do is take some in my hands and mix it around a little bit like this. And then I start with one hand, and I just kind of start going around the face. We want like a really nice, natural, lightweight look. And this is so nice because, again, it keeps my oils at bay pretty well throughout the day, and then it just looks like skin, which is my favorite. Blending with our fingers because, one, it's easy, and two, it helps warm up the product to really blend in the skin. Since we want this to look super skin-like, and it's a BB cream, it's like very lightweight, so it's easy to blend with your fingers. And I like this because you can still see my skin through it. So I don't know if you can tell, but you can still see my skin through it. But it really evened out my skin tone. And if I wanted to just like run errands or something, I could just run out the door in this. Sometimes I cover up my blemishes, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on the day. I have a few just like little tiny problem areas right now, so I think I'm going to cover it up just to show you what it looks like. So for concealer, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in light medium beige, and I just kind of go over the blemishes. This isn't a perfect match, but it's not too big of a deal. We're not completely using full coverage or anything, so it's not that big of a deal. I also like to do this underneath my eyes and just use a little bit. I like to go just a tiny bit on the nose. And like, I'm just using minimal product. So we want to keep this very light, so use as little product as possible and still get the desired coverage. So I have a damp sponge. All you do is run this under the water and keep squeezing it so that it gets big like this and bouncy. This one's from Ulta. It's just their Ulta collection sponge. And then I use the pointy end and just blend everything out. You just pat, pat, pat. I never swipe because that's going to move the product away. This is just blending the product. So as you can see, it covered my under eyes very nicely. And then I just blend up here as well and down. If you have more drastic dark circles, you could always use a little color corrector or a different concealer. But this is like about a medium coverage, and since we want it to look nice and lightweight and not super full coverage, then I think this is okay. And then I'm going to use my ring finger just to lightly dab over these blemishes. I don't want to use a sponge because the sponge soaks up excess product, and I want this to be as full coverage as possible over these blemishes. And I don't want to take too much product away. If you use the sponge, it's just going to take away some product. You could do this under your eyes too if you don't want to use a sponge. So as you can see, not everything is completely masked or anything. That's not the point of this. It's more so to draw focus away from those areas and really even out the skin tone. So this still looks like my skin, natural. You can still see a little bit through it, but that makes it look more natural, you know? So now we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Contour Makeup Stick in the shade Oaks on You. I have loved this for years, you guys. This is one of my favorites. I will say it is more of a bronzer and not a contour, so it is more on the warmer side. It's gonna really warm up your face, which is fine with me for the summertime. So I like to draw a little bit here and then a little bit on the forehead. And I'll take my sponge, you could use your fingers as well, and I'll just pounce up and down. And I like to bring this up. You don't want to bring it down. So when you're creating a line, you want to go a little bit under your cheekbone. You don't want to move that product down any lower because it's really going to droop your face. You want to chisel your face, basically. So then I do the same thing on my forehead. I just pounce, pounce, pounce until I get the desired blend that I want. And you can always add product. I always say, like, add and don't put too much at the beginning. You can use your fingers if you want, especially at the beginning, to really start to blend it in and warm up the product. And then you can go back in with your sponge and just absorb that excess. So for this look, you can use a sponge or you could just use your fingers for the whole thing. Like, you don't have to use brushes for this. Okay, then I'm gonna do a little bit down my nose, just like the tiniest bit. And then again, go in with your sponge after you blend with your fingers. And for my nose, I like to go back in with a little bit of concealer. You could obviously not put concealer first. I don't know why I always do that, but when I'm putting concealer down first, I always put it on my nose, even though I go back in with it. And then again, just pounce up and down directly so that you're not moving this product. I also like to go under the lip area. This is going to make it look like your top lip or your bottom lip is folding over, and so you have a shadow right there. Alright, I just remembered I don't have anything on my lips. This is Aquaphor. I put it in this little container from Walmart just so that I could buy the big tube of Aquaphor and then carry these around. So this is the best for dry, cracked lips, especially in the summertime when you're in the sun a lot. It does not have SPF, but it's going to really help correct that stuff. So make sure you still get something with SPF for your lips. But I also really like to do this with the contour stick. Go on my eyelid. So anywhere I would regularly put bronzer, I'm going to put this. And you guys, if you follow my makeup videos, know that I really like to use bronzer in my crease as eyeshadow. Then I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Blush Balm. This is Balm. It's in the shade Cinnamon. You only need a tiny dot of this, you guys. Tiny dot. And again, you can use your sponge or your fingers. I'm going to do both. I like to kind of like get a little bit and tap it off because there's so much pigment. See how I'm like rubbing it in and there's that much pigment. So I like to kind of go like this. Tap it onto the cheek. And if you're going to use a sponge, just tap it on as well. I just love that this is more of like a natural kind of bronzy blush. It's not super pink. Okay, so I am going to put a little bit of powder. Again, you could skip this step if you don't want anything on your eyelids, but I like to have something a little bit like so that stuff doesn't crease under my eyes or anything. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. I'm still testing this out. I just got it. So far, so good. I haven't used it all over my face yet, though. And then under the eyes, just so stuff doesn't crease. And I also don't like to emphasize this under eye area. I feel like it can kind of emphasize bags if you have something that's shiny under there. Does that make sense? Like if something's not completely dried down. Almost emphasizes if you have hollowness. So I like to kind of diffuse that with something a little bit more mattifying. Okay, then I'm going to curl my lashes. I always curl my lashes no matter the look. And I'm going to put on this Covergirl Amplify Lash Blast Primer. And just coat my lashes with this. I need to get a new one. I'm like almost out of this because I use it every single day. And while that's drying, I'm going to use the Catrice Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel. I love this stuff. Again, I need another one of these because I use it every single day. This helps fill in my eyebrows when it has enough product. This one's running out, so there's not much product in it. But when it's full, it like really helps, you know, fill in my eyebrows. And especially if I'm using a natural day, sometimes I'll just like just wear this, especially if I'm running errands. Just want a little something, something. And so it fills it in, and then it also keeps them in place and brushes them out. So it does like 3 things. I just really love this stuff. I've been using it for over a year now, I think. And while the mascara primer is setting still, I'm going to use this Anastasia Brow Duo in dark brown. Again, I've been using this for years. I love this stuff. I just mixed the 2 shades together with this Essence eyebrow brush. It's just kind of angled like that. And I mainly focus on the tail of the brow and just darken it a little bit. It helps in photos, I think, to have just a little bit of a stronger brow. Now that our lashes, like the primer has set, I'm going to use the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. And I love this stuff. It's very comparable to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise if you've ever used that, but I think it's a little bit cheaper, which is great. Now that our lips are nice and moisturized, I'm just gonna wipe this off because I am gonna put a little bit of something on my lips. You can definitely just leave Aquaphor or your favorite lip balm or whatever on, but just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna put something on them. Of course, I'm gonna use my favorite Covergirl Exhibitionist lip liner in Caramel Nude. It's my all-time favorite. I think I've gone through like 4 or 5 of these. And then I'm going to use my favorite Wet n Wild Catsuit liquid lipstick. This is their High Shine one, so it's a mixture of a gloss and a lipstick. And this is in the shade Send Nudes. This is definitely my favorite lipstick right now. Like, it's amazing. And that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be my go-to look for the summertime. I just love how lightweight, fresh it is, and just easy because I could just grab this bag, have everything in here, and head out the door, and I don't need to fuss with any brushes or anything like that. So it's really, really easy to achieve. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every single week. So also, if you want to get a post notification, hit the little bell by the subscribe button, and it will notify you every single time I upload. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye, guys.